Ask me if it's worth it, I ain't really sure. Been there before, still on the shore, watching waves crash, I listen in awe to the sound of what we once had in rhythm it formed. The vision was born, made the decision to mourn. What I put to bed, took the best out and let the rest burn. Bless the verse, stepping in circles, but I led the herd. Held the essence firm, next to remnants of a lesson learned. I was heading west, took a breath and observed where I was at. Plenty places on the map I ain't never been to before, adjacent to the fact I've been living for the chase. Got a taste and it was whack. Blazed haze on the top of estates, taking it back. Bumping face on my Blackberry, pacing with a pack. Waiting to attack, never patient, paid the tax. Wading in the downpour, but laid the foundation. Should've found more in this town, poor and still waiting.
1 2 1 2 1 2. Happy Friday on this crazy September 5th. This is The Prophecy. Here to take you through 2 hours of the newest and the illest drum and bass I can find, and only I can find. T.R.A.C, your trackologist, the host. Let's get into this new saddle and verb business. Let's go.
Tell you where the path led or where my heart bled. So many scars kept, pain I inflicted, past regrets on this past step. Fast check, splashed it in bars, living large. Never rubbed shoulders with the stars, took a hard guess at what it was that I was lacking, not passion. Haven't been the same since I crash landed, but I'm balanced. And everybody I see says it's apparent. Imagine possibilities you couldn't fathom at the time. Living confined, defined by the madness. Tapped into new energies, the groove classic. Flew back in after taking a detour to see more. Trying to blow up like C4. Never been winners, we be more than the rest. And with the rhythm I express, product of my isms, sit with them in the mess. Listen, I got a lot of shit to get up off my chest. I got a lot of shit to get up off my chest. And if you feel the same, then feel a big one for the stress. I've only ever had these writtens on my breath. Niggas softer than some mittens, not admitting that they pressed. No, we different, I never did it for less.
And once again, this is T.R.A.C live here on a Friday night, even on location, but still holding it down for The Prophecy. Opening tune is something new from the new Saddle EP, featuring verbs called Still About. And right now we're about to get into this new one from Player called Lesson Learned. Check it out. Right, setting up your Friday vibes with some proper soulful tunes. Tune before this was called Happiness, brought to you by Elizabeth Troy, Dope Ammo and Clue. And right now in current rotation is a song by Inmos, the new tone remix of Back to the Sun, featuring Ruth Royal, right here on The Prophecy. Yeah. Prophecy, T.R.A.C. Yo, trackologist, just chilling out on location across the water, making sure you all get the vibe. Shouts to everybody tuned in on radio. Shouts to everybody on CIUT.FM on stream. Tune in rotation right now that you're currently hearing. It's brought to you by A Audio. This is Tribute. Shouts to my re-recordings family. Let's get it back in. T.R.A.C. here live on the Prophecy for your Friday night. Full of drum and bass and things. Currently I'm abroad, just doing a couple of things out here and about, all into the jungleistic world. Speaking of which, let's get a little jungleistic right now. Setting it off with my man Breville. This tune is called Ocean Mist.
The truth is the light. Amen.
Exhale with me, guys. Exhale with me. This is the prophecy, giving you a moment in jungleism. T.R.A.C, your trackologist. Running down those tunes real quick. We had Ocean Mist from Brazil. Second tune after that was Tennis Elbow, the VIP from Mud and Comfort Zone. Shouts to Mud, he's back in the game. Tune after that was called Sketch by Still Road and Honest. And then following after that was Macadina and The Acquisition called Spot to Lead. Right now we're entering the current vibes of Outer Soul. This one here coming in on the flex right now is called Cry. Right here on the Prophecy. Yes, T.R.A.C, your trackologist, and this is The Prophecy. The last two tunes you just heard, Out of Soul did a song called Cry, and I hope you were crying. You probably weren't crying, but it's a dope tune. Tune after that, Hybrid Minds, song called Echoes. And right now, I got a little something special for y'all to check out, a little special edit or something.
has changed. But we all thank the Almighty Father again for where the music.
Before we head into the second hour, thank you for tuning in for this first hour of The Prophecy. Last few tunes you heard in rotation. I started it off with the Feeling You, Feeling Me, nice little D&B flip, little special ed right there. Right after that was Finna Drift's new one, Arcade Mode, which is on GoFat. Shouts to GoFat and everything they do. Right after that is a tune called Quiet from Beyond. Really good record right there. And then after that, we had New Row Pieces. Oh my God, thanks for coming back, brother. That tune was called Between Melancholy and Confidence. Come on back, brother, come on back. And then after that, we had Counterculture's new one called Evolution Dub. And last right now, the last tune in rotation right now you're listening to is a new one from Player off his new EP. This one's called Epilogue. Catch y'all in a few minutes at the top of the hour. I hope you're enjoying the vibes. This is The Prophecy, T.R.A.C. holding it down. Welcome to the second hour. Once again, it's the T.R.A.C., your trackologist, and this is still The Prophecy. 11 o'clock on the dot, and we gonna rock non-stop for the next hour. Check this out. Leading in with the new Shinobi called Smog, and I'm gonna catch y'all on a few records. Enjoy the listens, y'all. Let's go.
Low cheat code, hack the source, shape loopholes, connect with the soul, reap rewards, fiend for a glow. build the planet, I want to get off. You know D had it clocked. Done with this underhand plot. When will it stop? In the lines, pleasure's all mine. Words of insight, got words of insight. No fairy tale hidden in the words that I rhyme. Know yourself, question everything. Worth in that wealth, realer it gets, deeper we delve. Learn things you never knew about yourself. Walking a line, teasing the edge. Minds to climb, but we find inner strength. Clear mind crystallizes the path that we tread. It's about the journey, not the end.
I'ma be alright, cause you know 나는 갑이야, yeah. Go girl, I'll be killing all night. You know I'll be making all the feeling like a boss. Like a boss. Boom boom boom, body daddy dum dum. Boom boom boom, body daddy dum. Like a boss. Boom boom boom, body daddy dum. Boom boom boom, body daddy dum. Like a boss. Boom boom boom, body daddy dum dum. Boom boom boom, body daddy dum.
Turn up. Turn up.
Chop them down. Something wicked is the way it comes. I said a giant among the higher they come. A fee, fly, fall from, they will fall to the ground. One by one, chop them down. Something wicked is the way it comes. I said a giant among the higher they come. A fee, fly, fall from, they will fall to the ground. One by one, chop them down. You don't know.
Them down. Yes, it's even live on location here at the studio here at the Prophecy. Tunes you heard on the play real quick. We had Vision Obi Small. Then we had Hoax come through with Deep Inside. Then we had this new tune from Nas called Like a Boss. Then we turned up with Gay and Chrome. Shouts to Must Recordings, those guys are banging it out. And the tune getting ready to leave right now is from Rudimental called Chop Them Down featuring Ro-Ro. Tune on the creeper right now, new one from my man Fat Food. Check this out. Bad boys.
Man, a bad boy in the corner, so move from on ya, cause we are dangerous. Man, a bad boy in the corner, so move from on ya, cause we are dangerous. Whoa, whoa.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Tell me who on the with us.
What?
Tell me who on the with us? Who on the with us? Tell me who. Tell me who. Tell me who on the with us?
Man, a bad boy in the corner, so move from all ya, cause we are dangerous. Man, a bad boy in the corner, so move from all ya, cause we are dangerous. Scream, shiddly waddly diddly daddly, shiddly daddly widdly diddly diddly whoa.
see the light of day.
Yes, back at it once again. Prophecy in such a flex mode this Friday. Hope you're enjoying the vibes. The last few tunes we're gonna run down right after that Fat Food tone, which is called Bad Boys. Came a tune from Guy, Lex, and CeeLo, titled Bad Boy. Bad Boys and Bad Boys, whatever. Tune after that is a tune called Al, brought to you by my man Story. After that, we got something fresh off the Nile and Mind State EP. This tune was called Echo Shift. I love that EP, y'all. Please go check it out. Tune after that right now was a tune that I consider my pick of the week. Brought to you by Quadrant Iris and DeLorean called Flutter. And right now, we in the vibe of Curvatine. This tune right here, the flex called Ripples. Check it out here on the Props.
I'm falling down.
for some psychotic funk.
Prophecy. If you need to know, and I know you know, but we're going to mention it anyway. We come on every Friday, 10 to 12, 89.5 FM Toronto, or CIUT.FM on stream. Catch us rotating all the hottest mixes with a host of amazing people and personalities. But let me run through these last few tunes real quick. You heard the new Children of the Stars tune called Falling Down. Shouts to Children of the Stars. That was an amazing record. Tune after that is from my man Asura called Humans. I hope you guys caught the joke within that track right there. Shouts to Asura. Tune after that is from Tiny Vocals. Tune called DLH. Dirty Little Habits. Yeah, we can talk about that. Tune after that is New Mutt from Kemp. The Things We Used to Say, which is, I'm happy Mutt is back in the game doing his thing and really, really turning it up, and looking forward to what the future brings from Mutt. So big shouts to the Torontorian himself. And tune right now in the flex is for my man Oversight. Shouts to Oversight. The tune is called Equinox. And this is The Prophecy with your track albums. Let's go. The Prophecy, and you're still rolling with the trackologist. Hold tight. Tune on the flex right now is new from Fernando Ferreira called Romantic D&B. Sending this one out to Mr. and Mrs. Brown, the now newlyweds, the now newlywed junglers. Congratulations, y'all. You guys are really good friends anyway, and I know the future is going to be so bright. So give it up for Prophecy's own Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Congratulations, y'all. Let's do it up. The Prophecy. Friday night. T.R.A.C. is out. Enjoy y'all. Salute.
I used to live around the different issues, for problems, with conditions, flipping people, for when it's did the knowledge, it's a challenge. Living in the game, running with the wild skills and talents, educated games, putting different collars, wrapped it up, crafted in a fantastical tactic, strategizing, magnified it onto all my matters matter. If I ever need a panic, try my best to never show it. Even when my soul clear, though that hope will never cease.
get the sonar. Driven more with soul bars, thoughts don't leave sober, so sauce. It reaches over across, to proceed to the speech that speaks cause. Going out to each and all. For each flex you see, this season vet lies. Talking bold and brass like I came out of Hollis Gazelles. Black leather, I swag clever, whatever. It's 20 something, they still can't get it together while I crossing like Kyrie or IV. Stores rocking hard on the live feed with sirens. Half the time or double to get the public lit. I guess I'm in a league of my own, and steady running it.
See, I have my own